Hello everyone, it is Dozel. This is going to be my first channel update. I'm not exactly sure what a channel update consists of because I have never really watched someone's channel update, so I'm going to wing it. I got some news for you guys. How my channel is doing and everything. I got 9 subs, and I'm very grateful for that. I don't think my videos were that friggin' interesting. And I got 235 views, which is pretty damn good, if I must say so myself. What other news for you guys? If you have seen my JSF server review, I am saddened to say that the server is not there anymore because the JSF have moved on to Arma 3. Which sucks. They're actually really good friggin' people to play with. Okay. Yeah. What else is going on? They're, GSR 60, for the people who have commonly played on that server, some of them being GSR 69, Omega 47, and Reaper, who I believe was part of the JSF, have actually decided that they are going to create a new Arma 2 community for MSO specifically, and are now in the progression of creating a server for said community. What the name of the server is or what the community is called, I am not entirely sure. Reason for that is because Gav is too lazy to get a Steam account, so it's much easier for me and him to friggin' talk. It's really not that hard. And let's see what else. That's pretty much it. All I can really say about this server is that it's just that. Anyway, there is something else I wanted to talk about, and that is my nerd rage. Now, what a nerd rage is a combination of excitement, pissed off, and shame. What is giving me a nerd rage is the fact that Legendary Studios and Warner Brothers are making another Godzilla movie. Excuse me. They did not make the previous Godzilla movie. What they did do, they are making a Godzilla. Essentially, America is making another Godzilla movie. Now, some of you may have heard this before. Reason why I'm excited is like the info that was released on the movie itself has been really interesting. It actually sounds like it's going to be a real Godzilla film now. It's not going to be some bullshit knockoff like the last Godzilla movie was. This movie's going to be directed by Gareth Edwards. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And he's essentially going to be... Yeah, so he's the director of it. Probably shouldn't be doing this while I'm playing this game. But he was the director of the movie called Monsters, which I have not seen yet. However, yeah, I just hope he doesn't screw up. But what's been released on the movie itself, the info that's been released so far, like the fact that Godzilla is going to be fighting 2 other monsters. We captured the TV station. Which is really cool. Like, it's really they're really trying. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to, like, just throw some new type of Godzilla movie out there like they tried to do with the friggin' Zilla one, as we call it.
The research facility is in Russian hands.
Why am I pissed off about it? Reason is because
We are holding the beach.
I have found out about this movie, learned so much about it, yet still I have to wait for a fucking trailer. Oh yes, I still have to wait for a trailer. What else is there? What else is there?
We lost the research facility. The beach is no longer secure.
God, I am losing my focus. Yeah. Reason why I'm pissed off. I have to wait for a fucking trailer. And, why am I feeling shame from all this? It's that, above other things, I am a Godzilla fan. Above a lot of fucking things that I'm a fan of. And I did not hear about this movie was announced back in January. However, I just found out about this earlier this week on a Monday at 9 o'clock in the morning while I was trying to search for items for Gmod Item Showcase Episode 3. Which is coming, guys. It is coming. I haven't forgot about that one. It's actually my the first episode of that is actually my most watched video on my channel. And that was like the second or third video I did. I don't know what I did right there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. I want to talk about a little bit more about that new Godzilla film. A lot of people have been saying that due to the official synopsis, actually I should say this first, that the what consists of the two monsters from the film, from this new Godzilla movie, is one completely new monster which we have not seen yet. A lot of people have been saying that it might be Deathlaw, which was supposed to be in the movie Godzilla 3D to the max, which this new movie is sidelining it. And let's see, what else is that? Yeah. And the other monster is supposed to be a rollback monster, something that we have seen before. Now, what a lot of people have been speculating because of this, of what the monsters might be, as well as the official synopsis, which I will quote, the part people are concentrating on, is malevolent monsters created due to humanity's scientific arrogance. A lot of people are concentrating that and assuming immediately that Hedorah, which hopefully you can see the picture on the screen right now, the smog monster, means that that's going to be the rollback monster, which, no, it's not. I mean, if they want to do a Godzilla movie right, and you're going to have a rollback monster, you're going to have to go with one of the top 5 most popular monsters out there, that people like. The reason why I say this instead of agreeing is because, one, Hedorah was a minor monster. And it was also not the only monster in the Godzilla series that was created due to humanity's scientific arrogance. You actually had... Let me explain what the top 5 are. Top 5 consist of monsters that have reappeared in the Godzilla series on multiple occasions, and or nearly killed or defeated Godzilla. And these top 5 monsters would be King Ghidorah, fuck. King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla, Mothra, Destroyer, and Biolante. Now, the official synopsis essentially tells us that out of the top 5 possibilities, that narrows it down to 2. And that is Biolante and Destroyer. Now, why Biolante and Destroyer? One, because it perfectly sits within the synopsis. Some of the more popular Godzilla monsters out there. Even though I have heard that the initial
We are losing the gas station.
sales of Godzilla vs. Biolante sucked a lot. Like, not what they were expecting for such a big budget movie, even though it's still one of the more popular monsters. I think it was a case of something becoming popular years after the fact that it's been in cinema. Like how Invader Zim didn't get as popular as it is now until years later. Yeah. So why would these monsters be there instead of Hedorah? No, not that's not what I'm saying. That they why would they be there?
We are being overrun at
Well,
Town
what makes
Square.
them eligible for the scientific arrogance thing? One is because Biolante was created due to a scientist, trying to keep his daughter alive in a plant that was exposed to Godzilla cells. Due to I don't know what you would call it. It's an accident caused
We are holding
through
the
a
beach.
purpose action. Like, they didn't mean to expose this plant to
The gas station is being
G
held by
cells.
capacity.
They were trying to actually destroy the lab of this scientist, but they managed to expose it to G cells in the process. The people who destroyed the lab after they found out about the fact that I think it was because of the G cells. These people were trying to steal the G cells instead of destroying the lab. And I think I haven't seen the movie right now in a long time, so. But yeah, essentially what happened was people broke into this guy's lab who injected the cells of his dead daughter, hoping that it would keep her alive in some way. And they exposed it to G cells and completely mutated it more than it already was, because it was already a mutated plant. And thus Biolante was born.
Beach is no longer secure.
Now, why does Destroyer fall into the same category as scientific arrogance? Because even it was just kind of the same other thing. It was for a greater good, but this was actually a greater good of an agreeable populace of the majority. And what happened was the weapon that killed the original Godzilla in the first movie actually created a virus called the Destroyer virus. And over time, this virus evolved into the monster known as Destroyer. So that's why I think that Hedorah is not going to be in this movie, because it's not logical. It's one thing to have make a Godzilla movie and have a monster that nobody really remembers, and then having it suck, then having monsters that people do remember, and it becoming a huge blockbuster. Now, I read up on in my search for information on this movie, I ended up coming across I forget what his name was, but he was obviously doing the same thing I am doing, which is talking about Godzilla. And he essentially, excuse me, he essentially stated that in his opinion, if this movie is good enough, it may become a trilogy. I'm kind of inclined to believe him. Like, I hope the good movie's good enough that people will want a sequel. And it got me thinking. If they were to go with the rollback monster and a new monster for all three of these movies, if there was to become a trilogy, what monsters would they choose? I obviously believe that the monsters that they would choose would be, in the long run, King Ghidorah will be in the last movie. I know that for a fact. I'm making this prediction right now that King Ghidorah will be, if this new Godzilla movie becomes a trilogy, King Ghidorah will be in the last one. Because that's the one monster you gotta end it off with. And you know what I'm saying? It's the one monster you have to end it with.
The beach belongs to the enemy.
And there's no argument about that. Yeah. What I would believe in what would be in the second movie, because I believe this first movie it's still a first encounter movie, but it's going to be more like the Godzilla films. It's still a first encounter movie. However, it's going to be more like the movies that came after the first movie. How it's generally monsters fighting each other. And in the second movie, I would say that Mechagodzilla will be in that one.
We're holding the beach.
To be honest with you, I really do think that.
Above the town square.
Yeah. So that's all I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Sorry, this video sucks a lot. Yeah. So, I'm done here. If you like this video, or you would like to see more of my videos, please like and subscribe. That way I know just to continue videos and everything. Oh, one more thing. A part of this new Arma 2 community that I was talking about earlier. I will be doing videos of the server as well as the community, probably some interviews. I'll try to set something up with all these people. I just don't know who. I have very little information on it. I do know that they had actually asked me to do reviews on the server to help promote the server and get it some good publicity and everything. So, that's all I wanted to talk about. And I'll see you guys later.